Alright, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time you're tuning into this video, just make sure that it is good. My name is Gameboy Rob, and today I come bringing another Bandle City offering for you guys. I come bearing another deck. This is a deck that I was playing for most of my stream today, and one that I was building alongside my chat. Chat and I were working together to build this deck, and together we've settled on this. This is a deck built around another Yordle from another Bandle City Yordle. This time it's gonna be Ziggs. We're gonna go to Shurima. We're gonna hang out with Ziggs and his bombs. And now this is not a Ziggs Xerath deck. I know Ziggs and Xerath were sort of like wink wink nudge nudge, like supposed to be like in a deck together, but Xerath is kind of doo-doo unless you're running Sundisk. So like we're gonna play Ziggs. So we're gonna play Taliyah instead, right? Taliyah makes a little bit more sense in a deck like this. She gets more value. She puts more pressure on the opponent. You can actually attack with her. She has, you know, a decent health stat after she levels up, more than just 4. And all those things are really good. So we're not running Xerath, we're running Taliyah. So what kind of deck is this exactly? This is what kind of deck does Ziggs want to be in? Essentially, Ziggs wants to be in a tempo burn mid-range sort of deck. That's kind of the direction we're taking this, is like mid-range burn, right? Ziggs on level 1, whenever he attacks, he'll deal 1 to his blocker and 1 to the Nexus, right? Start getting a little bit of chip damage in there, which isn't the most impactful thing in the world. But when he gets to level 2 and he attacks, he deals 2 to the enemy Nexus and 2 to his blocker. And then he also says whenever an allied landmark is destroyed, he starts dealing 2 to the enemy Nexus. And that can get out of hand pretty fast and close out games when it needs to. So Ziggs as a champion is someone that I thought was going to be pretty bad. Not a very strong champion at all. I thought he was going to be pretty weak. And his deck, after playing this deck a lot today, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I do think that this basic shell that I'm going to explain to you guys in a minute is probably the best type of shell, you know, like the mid-range burn is probably where Ziggs wants to be. And he probably is going to be stuck with Taliyah as well, instead of like Xerath or something. But he seems, but that being said, this deck is not like, don't quote me and say that like this is the best Ziggs deck. This is far from finished. This is not like a refined, perfected deck. There's still a couple of cards in here that I'm a little suspicious about, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself, right? Let's go over the deck. Let's talk about it, right? So we've got 2 Construct of Desolations, right? This is a card that says burst speed, 1 mana, put either a Ruinous Acolyte, which is something that destroys a landmark, or a 1 mana landmark into your hand, and then you can play them, right? This card is the one I'm probably the most suspicious of being in the deck. It makes a little bit of sense, but like the idea is if you have a landmark that you need to destroy, such as like, you know, a sarcophagus or whatever, you can break it with this. And then if you've got like cards in your hand like Rite of the Arcane, which need a landmark on the field in order to function, you can do that as well, right? You can play Obelisk of Power and get that little cheap landmark, and then that, you know, either way you're good to go. And that makes sense, and that's good, and that's probably good enough to warrant a couple slots in this deck, but I am still a little suspicious of it. After that, we've got Inventive Chemist. There's a 1 mana 2/1 that summons a Scrappy Bomb. This is everything that this deck wants to do, right? Inventive Chemist is just a 1 mana 2/1, which is a good, you know, just a good unit, and it just creates a simple, cheap landmark. The landmark doesn't really matter, you know, whatever, you know, whether you use this landmark or let it go off doesn't really matter. The point is you get a landmark, you level up Taliyah, you get Ziggs leveling up, you can break it, you can turn on your Rite of the Arcanes, yada yada yada, right? Just everything this deck wants to do. We've got Bomber Twins for about the same reason. 2 mana 3/2, makes a landmark in your hand. Hard to go wrong with that. This card does often give you landmarks you don't want, like Riptide Bay or whatever, Ripper's Bay or whatever the name of that card is, right? The Bilgewater landmark that like lurks, helps you lurk. Like that card obviously is really bad, and when Bomber Twins gets you that, you feel kind of bad, but sometimes it gets you really good things like Preservarium. It can get you more Hexplosive Mines and that sort of thing. Couple Pokey Stick, because this is just a really good Bandle removal card. Helps us not run out of steam, helps us deal with barriers, deal with 1/1s, that sort of thing. Always a good card. Preservarium, shouldn't need to explain why we need Preservarium. 3 Rock Hoppers, 3 Endless Devouts. This is a new card, and this is a pretty good card. It's not like crazy for this archetype, but it makes a lot of sense, right? It's a 3 mana 3/3, makes a landmark. The landmark can be broken early, right? It says count out 3, or when I'm destroyed, summon a 5/3 with Fearsome. So obviously it makes sense in this deck. This card is a little slow. There are times where you play this and it's just not happening fast enough. Like you can't get this to die fast enough. Your opponent just doesn't block it. Or like you get the sarcophagus, but you don't have anything to break it with, and like the game ends before you can actually get the sarcophagus to crack open. But I think it's still good enough to warrant a 3 slots in the deck. And then we've got Triple Rite of Arcane. This card, very good card. This is actually a really decent card. It might actually be good enough to see play outside of this deck. Like, this card is really good. 3 mana to deal 4. And, I mean, sure, you have to break a landmark, but sometimes you can also use the mana gem if you need to. So, like, I think there are going to be certain Shurima decks later down the line that will just, like, slot in 1 or 2 of these, even if they have only, like, a couple landmarks, and that'll be fine. I think this card is really strong. It was very strong in this deck. This is like a fantastic card in this deck. Does everything we need to do. And then we got a couple cards that I kind of underestimated that are really good in this archetype, and that is Wastewalker and Unleashed Energy. So Wastewalker is essentially a busted card. It's a 3 mana 3/3 with Overwhelm, right? Which is essentially just Mighty Poro stats. However, it also says, when an allied landmark is destroyed, grant me +1/+1. And this can get out of hand extremely fast. So part of what makes this guy good, and part of what makes this deck good, is the way you can curve out this guy. If, for instance, you play Inventive Chemist on round 1, you get a Scrappy Bomb with countdown 3, right? On round 2, you play Preservarium, and then you have a Preservarium with countdown 2, and a Scrappy Bomb with countdown 2 also. And then on round 3, you play Wastewalker, and you have a Scrappy Bomb and a Preservarium both on countdown 1. On round 4, you have a 5/5 with Overwhelm, and that is really strong. Now, that's sort of only where it begins, though, because then we also have this card right here, Unleash Energy, which I thought was going to be kind of not very good. I thought it was going to kind of be like not doing enough for its mana cost, but this card is actually bonkers. This is a 3 mana burst speed spell that says give an ally +2/+1, or destroy an allied landmark to give an ally +4/+2. Whoo! +4/+2 is essentially the full stats you get off of an Absolver, right? If you play an Absolver twice, it is giving a total of +4/+2, like spread across your units, and this will do that for the low price of 3 mana if you can destroy a landmark. Now, and then you put that onto Wastewalker, and essentially, since you're breaking a landmark, right? If you're using this to break a landmark and you put it onto Wastewalker, Wastewalker doesn't get +4/+2. He actually gets +5/+3 because you broke a landmark as well, which gave him an extra +1/+1. So I think in one of the games I'm going to show you guys today, this guy gets like completely out of hand with an Unleashed Energy and just bowls over a game. So these two cards I definitely underestimated. They're kind of what makes the deck function. They're kind of what makes it tick. Very good cards together. I like them a lot. And then we got Ziggs. Hidden Pathways. It is very, very easy to turn on Hidden Pathways in this deck. Three copies of Taliyah. 1 Risen Altar. I'm not entirely sure that this card belongs here. I'm still testing it out. Risen Altar alongside Unleashed Energy specifically seems like it should be pretty okay. Seems like it should be pretty good. But I haven't tested this card enough to say like definitively that it warrants a spot in this deck. But for now, I'm testing it out. This is, of course, the card that says countdown 3, or when I'm destroyed, you summon a 7/6 with Overwhelm and Spell Shield. And that can be pretty devastating if you also have like a Wastewalker on the field, right? So like Wastewalker plus Risen plus Unleashed just seems too good to pass up, but I haven't actually gotten that combo off yet to guarantee that it's really good. So I'll decide that later, but for now it's in there. And then I think the only card I haven't talked about is Hexplosive Minefield, which is a card that I severely underestimated. Holy matrimony, this card is fantastic. This is essentially a 1 mana landmark. When you play it, you stun the strongest enemy, right? That doesn't sound so strong, but in reality, this is a stun on your opponent's strongest unit at landmark speed, which is the same as unit speed. It goes through spell shield. Your opponent can't notify this. They can't answer this in any way. They can't put fast speed spells on the stack. It just happens immediately. There's nothing they can do. And the best use I've found for this is answering Sion decks, right? If you play this and your opponent has a 10-6 Sion, they don't have that anymore. Well, they still have him, but he's stunned, right? Sion gets stunned. He can't attack. Their turn is basically completely over. And then later you can break this, like next round, you can break this landmark with like one of your spells and stun Sion again, and they can just never use Sion. You can just keep him locked down forever and using like this card. And that's just so fantastic. That's just, this card is actually like a super power card. You can also use it to do funky tricks, like with the Wastewalker Unleashed Energy. If someone blocks your Wastewalker and you break Hexplosive Minefield at burst speed with Unleashed Energy, and then stun the unit that's blocking Wastewalker. You see what I mean? you can deal a lot of damage. So yeah, this card can also stop Poppy in her tracks, which is really important. Poppy is a card that's running around a lot right now. It doesn't have very much use against like Veigar decks, but you can stun Senna, which is all right. But yeah, this card super great in the deck. Actually, like fantastic, one of the best cards in the deck. I way underestimated how good this guy was going to be. And yeah, that is the deck right there. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoy the games coming up. Leave a like if you did. And with that, I'm going to stop rambling on. I'm going to show you guys the games. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. I was running 3 Herald on my ARAM Shurima. Well, I'm sure you were. I bet you were, Krebs. I bet you were. That's a nice hand. That is honestly a pretty nice hand. We should not have kept Preservarium. I don't know why I did that.
I've never tried this chemical before. I got it.
The rest of the hand was good. The Preservarium was probably wrong, but the rest of the hand was good.
If it's made of sand, I can write it.
I actually played this deck, but on normals. How'd it go? Yo, Bambooper!
Of course. Go ahead.
Got that 5-month resub. Yo, Bambooper. Appreciate it, friendo. Appreciate it. 5 months is it's a pretty long time. It is a decently long amount of time.
I got an idea.
So, I know our opponent's probably just gonna Spinning Axe Draven here, but I'm pretty sure this is correct anyway. We really do need to make Draven die. And if we force him to Axe here, I think we just have to be okay with that. Oh, we got another Fallen Rider. I don't think you attack with Ziggs. Well, if we drag... Unless he axes survival skills. Yeah, he could have... Yeah, you're right. Axing survival skills. Well, that could have been something. That could have been something. Take 2. Okay. Construct of Desolation. Okay. Ready, Ruinous Acolyte or an Obelisk of Power in hand. This isn't quite the time.
Let's put these rocks into motion.
Explosive Minefield is just so good here. Double get excited on my Taliyah. Hell yes. Okay. What are you gonna do? I am wearing my goggles. I'll trade with a 4-0. Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely I'll trade with a 4-0. Alright, give me all those cards. Give me all those cards. Just Acolyte here? No, 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 no. We must save this minefield for Sion, right? This minefield is the only thing standing between me and a Sion. If I were to use it, I would probably use Rite of the Arcane, right? Rite of the Arcane actually seems pretty good here. But I can't afford that.
Would you look at this place?
Oh, hey, Inspector. I feel like I don't have enough landmarks to be blowing up. Guess we just play you anyway.
Yeah, we're looking at a code 919.
Yeah, we're looking at a code 919. God, I love this guy's voice lines.
Not even death can stop me! Death had its chance. And at the ready. Lamb to the slaughter.
I mean, we didn't get anything out of the buff, but like, there goes Sion. Play 1 mana landmark? Why? What? Why would I? Oh, I did get something out of the buff actually. Oh no, I actually did save my Waste Walker. Yo, that's sick. Devout is trash? What are you talking about? It looks awesome. What do you mean? What do you mean Devout is trash? Devout is doing everything I want here. This Devout is literally perfect.
I just can't wait. Here we go.
Because like what we're missing here is more landmarks, right? What's holding us back is not enough landmarks. And that Devout just gave us one really nicely. Yeah, in this one situation, I don't know. It seems pretty solid.
Salt and stitches to awaken the blood within.
Salt and stitches to awaken the blood within. Get a ruinous acolyte or an obelisk of power in hand. Count to 3 or when I'm summoned or destroyed, can't the strongest ally +2. Which is currently this, which is not helpful. I mean, we just full attack here, right? We just like straight up send in the works. He does have an axe, so he can block the fearsome. I think we just send in the works.
Is there more to life than blowing stuff up? Nope.
Just write the 2/2 and then play the 1-drop. We can develop more. Please? Survival skills.
Poor thing.
Wait, what? You're kidding me. Friend? Why would you... If this has survival skills, just block Ziggs. There you go. There you go, buddy. Oh no, he dies if he does that. Sick. Well, that's game over.
Little booms are just as good as big ones.
Yeah, but the big ones are, well, bigger.
Now, right? Yeah. Game over. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
Don't worry, I brought my own fireworks.
Don't worry, I brought my own fireworks. Okay, I think I agree with that. I think I agree. I think Acolyte is a bit of a bait. Or Construct. Yeah, or Construct either, right? Construct seems like it doesn't quite pull its own weight.
Little booms are just as good as big ones. I am wearing my goggles.
I am wearing my goggles. Vile Feast! Buys me a new sail. Vile Feast number 2? Okie dokie then. Well, there go all my landmarks. There go every single one of my landmarks.
I am Lord Veigar, destroyer of worlds!
Dang it. That's bad. We need him to die. We need Veigar to die immediately.
The darkness consumes you.
What's up, Rob? What's up, everybody? How's Ziggs treating you? He's not bad. He is not bad at all. Could be better. Could be better, but he's not bad.
Point the way, and I'll make the way. Onward, everybody!
The horizon calls. The problem is we need to kill Veigar here, right? And also Senna.
It's a good thing you're cute, Ziggs.
Ah! Dang it.
Beware falling rocks!
So we have to attack like this.
Throw another rock.
Oh right, Senna makes it fast. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. Unleashed power. Yeah, we could go unleashed power. That would save him, right? It would put him to 5. I guess that has to be the play. Make him do a ton of damage.
All down the road eventually.
Jesus. Oh. Oh! Wait, that's just lethal.
We should do this more often.
Oh! Oh, I see. Yeah, this deck seems nuts. I think I may have underestimated Unleashed Power. Like, the synergy between frickin' Waste Walker and Unleashed Power is actually nutty. It's actually nutty, isn't it? Greed V. I'm not even sure that we actually keep Ziggs here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Until people realize it's a really bad deck. I don't think Darkness is really bad. It's probably not as good as its play rate would indicate. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's really bad. It's alright. It can get some things done. It can do some things.
Is that a challenge?
Is that a challenge? It's bad for now.
The sump rock got me good.
I've just faced 4 Akshan Sivir. The heck just happened? Oh, he discarded Sion. I was like, what the heck? Just shuffles itself in when it gets discarded. Discarded Sion. Noted. Noted. Oh my god, look at this freaking hand.
Sun's beneath me,
And wind's behind me. Get in there, Ziggs. Get in there, Ziggsy Poo.
Somebody say
Explosives? Explosives? Fantastic. Oh my god, look at this.
I go.
Give me that monkey. Give me that monkey. That feels so good. That feels so good. You know what doesn't feel good? This doesn't feel good. This feels bad. Oy vey. We actually just freaking stun Draven here? I think we literally do. We should always be able to stun Sion later, as long as we get some sort of landmark destruction tool sometime. Would you look at this place?
Gonna catch the sky.
We could just burn his mana. Do we just end the round and burn his mana? That's a lot of burnt mana. That's a lot of burnt mana. Our opponent discarded his Scion round 1. Gonna pull the Devout.
I will run you over.
Which means he might have another Scion in his hand. I think that's what I have to interpret, is that he has another Scion in his hand right now. Hey, Rob, are you gonna do the gauntlet? I don't know, maybe. I still wanna. This stream is like my last chance to test out decks before before I have to like submit what I'm bringing to Squeeby's tournament tomorrow. So like, I don't know.
Distance means so little when
I wanna try. I still wanna try out a decent Nami pranks list. Because, like, there's a very real chance I'll want to bring that tomorrow. I'm just not sure. Hey, look, a 3-mana Mystic Shot. Why the hell is this Ziggs' champion spell? Why is this not, like, some sort of landmark destruction tool? This should be some sort of landmark destruction. This should not be a Ziggs' bouncing bomb. This should not be a bouncing bomb. Yeah, that's such a nice animation. It's a shame the card sucks. Oh, Hidden Pathways. Hello, Hidden Pathways. Those were not great pulls.
I go! I go!
I go! I go!
Woohoo!
Wahoo.
This is gonna hurt for you.
Alright, do I see an axe? Do I see an axe on the Draven? I do.
Now we're cooking.
My board!
I'm so confused why Ziggs spell can't go face.
Oh, no!
I don't know, dude. There's a lot of things I'm confused about with that thing. Man, the turn after next is gonna be pretty fun for me.
Death is transient, as long as the body holds blood.
As long as the body holds blood. I just kind of need to survive now. As long as I do that, we're kosher. Oh, hey, Scion. I'm sorry, Scion. I'm gonna need you to chill out. That's just such a middle finger, isn't it? Just like, no. No, you're not doing that.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Stand back.
Stand back.
They've never seen a contraption like this before.
There's the Ripper's Bay. Ugh. Alright. Yes, Ziggs. Yes, Ziggs. Perfect timing, buddy.
Another day.
Another explosion! Yes, Ziggs. Perfect timing.
Goggles, powder, matches, let it rip.
I assume you know this, but when Taliyah copies Hexplosive Minefield, she stuns another unit. I did know that, yeah. I was in fact aware of that, yes. There it is. Oh my god. How am I so good at this game? How am I so good at this game? That's crazy. That's game over, isn't it? We just like... We start with this. Or this, one of the two. I'm gonna go Bomber Twins. I mean, what landmark is that gonna give me, really? Let's go ahead and list them out. Oh. So, like... Yeah. So, like, here's what we do. Destroy an allied landmark to deal 4. We restun Sion, we kill this, our opponent has no fearsome blockers, and they're at 4. What? What? Alright, you get 1 fearsome blocker. Oh, 2 fearsome blockers. Oh, well done, well done. You got yourself a fearsome blocker. Well done. Light the fuse! You still lose, though. Because, like, he has to block both of these, right, with his 2 fearsome blockers. Akibarab, are you excited for Worlds starting next week? What exactly is happening next week? Worlds doesn't start until, like... Hold on, I have it pulled up.
Cool.
No, the double elimination stage is held on the 4th and the 5th. Oh god, you're right. I only have a week. Heck! Yeah, I'm very excited. And also scared out of my mind. GG. Look at the tourney. Is it on the tourney tab? Oh, heck. It's next weekend, lol. I'm so not ready for next weekend. The heck am I gonna bring, dude?